Yo, what's up guys? Terrell here. I wanted to essentially do here's my thing. With the Bakuman stuff, I had these two choices. The first choice was to put it on my main channel, like I originally planned to, and then I realized because I've changed so much, putting it on my main channel would overflood the shit out of you guys. So what I'm going to do is put it on the vlog channel, because the vlog channel doesn't have anything consistent on it anyway. It's just literally when I feel like posting shit, I post shit. So I figured, let's put the season 2 stuff here so you guys still get the reviews and you're not flooded by one channel worth of vids. Because for people who don't care about seeing the reviews, they don't have to see the fucking reviews. And you can just wait for the vlogs. The vlogs aren't going to stop. I'm just putting this on here. Mainly because, surprisingly, out of all the shit I'm doing, the two things that get the biggest response in terms of reviewing of shit is the Pokemon and the Bakuman stuff. So mainly because I really enjoyed season 1. So I think that's one of the reasons. In terms of anything else I'm reviewing, it's probably gonna be it because I don't know enough about Hunter x Hunter to touch, even though I am watching it. Miraniki's just too fucking. Miraniki's really fucking depressing. There's no way in hell you can review Miraniki the right way. So I'm just gonna stick with Bakuman season 2, the one I said I was gonna do and the one I actually want to do. Because working doesn't seem like an anime you should review anyway. I could review it, just kind of no point in it, so I figured I'd do season 2 review. Episode 1, let's go. Now, for anyone who wants to know any updates on the series as a whole, there's a few things. At the end of my season 1 review, the thing I kept spazzing about was that we need a dub. Ironically, the dub for season 1, at least the first part of it, comes out next month. So, yay for anyone who wants. If you want the season 1 dub, it comes out next month. So, look forward to that. Anything else? Also, just some news to throw in here about the series. Apparently, 4 episodes in this season is going to have crossover with a show that I am very confused why. It's going to have a crossover with Sket Dance. If you haven't watched Sket Dance is actually pretty funny. If you like Gintama, it has about the similar kind of humor, but just not as reference heavy, but it's still fairly funny. I find this weird because Sket Dance and this don't correlate really at all. The only thing I can see them throwing them in is in like random high school episodes, which makes me think that 4 episodes at least are going to be filler, because they're all going to be unless it's like a mini arc situation with Sket Dance members, which you know would be kind of cool. I mean, I've been enjoying Sket Dance, so I'll throw that in there. But in terms of how I feel about it, you know, it'd be interesting to say the least. I've been kind of curious. Gintama's was going to be comedy based because they're both comedy shows. Bakuman's more serious, so I'm kind of curious how they're going to handle this. But that's going into that. And there may talking to Jertango didn't notify me that there may possibly be a 3rd season because there's so much shit that they need to catch up to that they could probably get away with doing a 3rd season. But we'll see where that goes. But anyways, season 2, episode 1 review. Essentially, I would like to call this review essentially overwhelmed, because for the first fucking episode of season 2, Jesus, they threw a lot of stuff at you. The first thing I'm going to mention is the opening and endings. They sound more like movie opening and endings and like anime. Like they feel like hardcore songs. Like you know, with most animes they feel like anime openings. This one actually feels like it's like an actual song, like a song, which I thought was ridiculous. I was like, Jesus, this is one hardcore opening. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's enjoyable as shit, but it's just like, wow, like it's a more serious opening, which I thought was pretty cool. Even though season 1 second ending was pretty fucking addictive, but that's a game besides the point. The reason why I say this episode was overwhelming because they threw so much shit at you. They didn't really introduce. They showed the character off again. I forget his name. I forget his name because I haven't watched Bakuman in over a year technically, and I haven't seen this character but once, well twice now. But he's the dude who essentially became serialized because he felt like he could do it. I kind of like his personality. He's pretty fucking funny with this whole I just don't want to fucking work like attitude. It's like I thought it was hilarious considering he's like an old dude. He's like he used to be a businessman or something. But the whole beginning of it is essentially Tori. I thought this was funny as shit just because of what kind of fan I am. Tori has to go work on One Piece, which I thought was hilarious because I was like, Jesus, you just had to hit me with a One Piece reference right out the fucking back, didn't you son of a bitch? And so they're switching editors on top of that. They were switching editors anyway. I believe his name is Miura, and he is taking over. He's kind of weird, but he's cool too, and he seems to be a fan of Psycho's uncle's work, which I thought was pretty cool in itself. And so essentially, he's going through all the logistics, and I did not realize how complicated this shit is when you first get serialized. Because you now have to come up with costs, you need fucking assistants, you fucking have to come up with a salary, when your shit is due for each weekly Shonen Jump, and their shit doesn't start until next year, I think at the beginning of January. You got the 3 assistants, you gotta pay the assistants, you have to find assistants that are workable, find assistants that can actually click with your drawing style, which they haven't even gotten to yet. They just barely touched on the assistants in this episode. Like, we know who they are. There's like 2 dudes and a girl, and I thought that was hilarious because the whole girl thing was that Shuji told Kai not to come during the whole work shit because, it's a man's workplace, and then one of his fucking assistants is a girl, so he's just like, oh, fuck. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, but they're introducing them all this shit. They had to go to this fucking, I guess you could call it serialization party, I guess is the best way to put it. It's like this party where all of the new artists and everyone, like all the new mangaka are showing up and shit. So Eiji Nizuma was there, actually surprisingly, I think you saw a glimpse of oh god, what's her name? This is what happens when you finish the season and you don't touch it for a year. You forget, the girl who's, oh wow, I can't remember anyone's name. The only people I remember is Fukuda, at least by name anyway. Fukuda, Azuki, like, oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot everyone's name. This is going to take me a while, folks. Sorry, I got to get back into the groove of things. I've been doing Pokemon reviews the entire fucking year, so it's not like this, well actually, almost the entire fucking year, so I got to get back into the groove of remembering names. But, the girl who worked with I can't remember any of their names. Okay, the guy who draws for each, who is like Eiji Nizuma's assistant, along with Fukuda, his partner, you see a glimpse of her show up at the party, and I'm sorry, I'll get better as I go along. And essentially, it's just those. It's the old dude, Eiji Nizuma, Psycho and Shuji, and then her showing up. Which was, interesting enough, even though she doesn't actually say anything. We barely get to see her. Just a whole bunch of shit, and they introduced them, and they're literally overwhelmed like I was. Like, I felt like Psycho and Shuji the entire time, because I was like, Jesus, they throwing so much shit at us. But essentially the episode just kind of ends on that note, like, ends on essentially them being introduced to all that shit, and then you kind of get, and for the next episode preview, they're going to address Azuki, because apparently there's some shit going on now, because Psycho sends her a text. I mean, she already knows that they got serialized. She's sending him like a confirmation text, I guess in the sense that he plans to work harder and shit, and to step his game up. Also the fact that one of the assistants is a fucking pro, and this nigga knows exactly what he's doing. And it's insane. Also, I like the heartfelt goodbye with Tori. I know I'm all over the place, but you gotta give me a fucking break. I'm recovering from a cold, and I haven't done a Bakuman review of anything since last year. Well, technically early this year, but last fucking year, okay? Jesus. Fuck. I believe that's everything I need to address. Oh yeah, we're also going to see Iwase. I heard from Dratango that Iwase was going to show up again, and it seems like she shows up next episode, surprisingly. And so that should be interesting. But all in all, it was a good episode. As I said, it kind of a lot of that shit. I was kind of overwhelmed by how much shit they threw at me, and I find it crazy that this is going to have a Skate Dance crossover somewhere in the season. They haven't really specified when or where, but there's going to be some type of crossover. And my question is it going to be a Bakuman crossover? Like, I know Skate Dance is going to appear in one of their episodes, but it's going to be the other way around too. Like, I can't see any of the Bakuman characters showing up in Skate Dance episodes, because I've watched Skate Dance. I'm 9 episodes in. Skip Dance doesn't have episodes where those characters would work unless it's something really, really cheesy. Because their characters don't really mesh at all. Like, Gintama was funny because they have a similar setup, but like, Bakuman, I was like, what the fuck? I don't know how this is going to work, but we'll see. But I kind of spazzed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this shit off. Keep on drawing, I believe was the phrase I used. I'm surprised I remember that, even though I don't remember half the fucking characters' names. I'm such a huge fan. I reserved the fucking first part of Bakuman dub, so fuck y'all. I actually will link that in the description, and link to it if you want to get it. Also, they've already released the voice cast. I don't know a lot of them, so I can't say that much. I know Veronica Taylor is going to be playing USA, which I find really weird. I don't know why. It's like the fact that she was Ash Ketchum, it fucks with me with any other role I see her in now. So it's like, Ash Ketchum is playing Iwase. That's gonna be fun. I think Dan Green's in here too. I forget what character he's playing. I think he's just playing like lower tier people, but whatever. You know, like commoners that say random shit. But anyways, that's essentially Bakuman Episode 1, Season 2, Episode 1. Hopefully you guys will work with me as I continue with this. And until later, keep on drawing. I'll catch you guys later. This has been the Vlogs of Game from your boy Terrell, and I will see you later. Peace.